Friday evening, and our top story is cyber hackers still holding the city of Atlanta hostage tonight. With the last hour, we have heard from the mayor, who admitted several departments and city services continue to be impacted, with no timeline on when or if this problem will be fixed.
And she was not willing to put a price on all of this, but we do know city workers have been on the clock all day, unable to access information. At one point, she made a joke, well, they can at least clean their offices. But the mayor says she'd rather keep the system down and make sure it's fixed correctly than have this be a big issue again in just a few weeks or months. 11 Alive's Caitlin Ross is live at City Hall now. And Caitlin, the question most people have is who is to blame for this?
Cheryl, that's a great question. The mayor was really honest when she said, look, at this point, we just don't know. They're in active investigation mode and they don't have answers to those huge questions. Right now, they don't know who hacked into their system or how they gained access to the system. They don't know the full impact of it yet. They couldn't name how many systems had been impacted, and they don't have a timeline to fix it. We asked at one point, is there a goal for when systems are going to be back online? They said they couldn't even answer that at this point. They're hoping for the best, but they don't know how long this is going to take to reboot the entire city. So we do know a few things that are working. APD, their camera system is working, their 911 system is working, and the city water system is fully operational. What's not working? City computers. There were employees just sitting around all day today because they were instructed not to turn those computers on. Electronic reports. They cannot be filed. A lot of the court systems reporting is impacted. Also, online bill pay, much of that is impacted. So some places you can go pay that bill in person. Other places like the court, they're unable to process those even in person. So they say they're still working to get all of those systems back up online.
As you know, it's fluid. So even with every assessment that we do, there's a reason that there are constant upgrades because there are constant threats. So even with every assessment that we do, there's still another threat ahead of us that has to be addressed.
And I talked to APD Chief Erica Shields directly after this news conference just to really drill down about public safety. There are a lot of big events going on in the city this weekend, and she said none of them will be impacted. She actually told me, this is how I used to police 10 years ago with a pen and paper. You're on the street, you don't have access to computers, but that doesn't change their day-to-day job. She says that their radio systems are not impacted, so they can still communicate with each other, and they're going to keep doing their job all weekend until this is fixed. Cheryl?
Caitlin, I thought it was interesting as much as what the mayor said is what she did not say. It was interesting they would not say if this attack is still ongoing and whether they've decided to pay a ransom here.
That's a really great observation because they have not decided whether or not they're going to pay these hackers yet. They say they're following the advice of the FBI and Homeland Security, but security experts I talked to say it's actually better not to pay these hackers because oftentimes, even after you cough up the money, you still don't get your data back. Then you're just out money and your data is still encrypted. All
right, Caitlin Ross, great work on this developing story. Appreciate it. So how did we get here? The mayor calls this a tremendous inconvenience for the entire city. It all started at 5:30 yesterday morning when Atlanta employees received an email. They had got the alert that there had been an issue, and it was major. They were instructed to immediately power down, even unplug their computers from the wall. At the same time, some employees told us they saw this on their computers, a demand for ransom to pay $51,000 in Bitcoin to the anonymous hackers to unlock the entire system.